Alright, so what's up y'all, man? It's Frostmournetay. Guess I could do a dread video or something like that real quick. But I've been growing my dreads for like a year, 5 months or whatever, and this is how long they got so far, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come down to there, and I guess we'll hit you with the 360. You know what I'm saying? What they look like, bro. I probably wash my hair. I probably wash my hair like once a month, maybe. Really, just when I want to. Like, I only really wash it when it's like itchy or it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like when I know I've been sweating a lot or something. It's probably when I wash it. But other than that, oh no, you straight, bro. But other than that, I don't really wash it that often. I usually I like for my loctician to wash it for me, you know what I'm saying? Because she got the magic hands, bro. She be all up in that shit. And I get a retwist probably, every 3 months? I go a long time, and I've been doing that since almost the beginning. Like the first time I got them retwisted, I went back the second month. And the time after that, I waited 2 months again. But after going into my third retwist, I always waited like 3 to 4 months before I got a retwist. I liked a lot of new growth up under mine just for the fact I never wanted my locks to thin out. It used to be like a big fear of mine. So I used to watch a lot of people's videos, and they would always, like, after a certain point, they would always talk about their locks would start thinning out. And when they would get a retwist, sometimes they would pop out, or they would have to like combine another one with it to make it thicker and stronger and shit like that. And I never wanted that, man. I would always wait and just let my regrowth get real thick and then retwist it. And I was never a person that I'll grab my dreads a lot and I'll kind of just run my finger down it, but I don't ever twist them. So I know a lot of people will keep twisting them and shit like that, and it'll thin it out too, and it'll start popping out. You start losing soldiers, bro. Shout out to that boy Setlocks, but I wouldn't do that, man. And hold on 1 second, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back. But so I don't play with them like that. I always just kind of run my finger through them, and I just kind of feel the way they feel, man. Like that's enough for me, and it helped it out, man. Like as you can see, man, my locks is kind of thick, bro. Especially like in the back, bro. They like hella thick. And my regrowth come in hella thick, man. I got like a fucking afro about to start over here and shit. And I just always been like that just to keep it healthy, bro. I just want to keep my locks as long as I can and keep them healthy as I can. And I never used a lot of products. Like the most I've ever bought, I bought the Jamaican mango and lime spray or whatever. And I probably have only used it like 3 or 4 times. I got like a fresh bottle still upstairs. But I do use a lot of coconut oil.
On this.
Dang. I do use like a lot of coconut oil.
Beautiful. I don't want to.
And whenever I wash my hair and when I get out, I'll take the coconut oil and I'll just put it on my scalp, and then I'll take a little bit and just rub it in my hand and just, you know what I'm saying, take it over the locks. And I go outside, man. I let the sun just kind of heat up the coconut oil and let it get all up into your scalp and shit like that, and into your locks, and let it soak it up. And then that's pretty much all I do, man. That's really it. I sleep with a dread sock every day though. I do sleep with some. My girl got me a dread sock for my birthday, man. That shit was nice. Before that, I used like a do-rag and I had like a little scarf thing, but that shit kind of sucked, man. I hated tying that thing and doing all that stuff. And with the do-rag, like I could tie my head up after I get a fresh retwist, because my locks, they're a bit thinner after you get the retwist, because they all tight and everything like that. But after a while, you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks in, you wash it or whatever and they poof back out. the do-rag was not helping. Like I could put it on and like half my locks and shit still be sticking out the do-rag. It looked kind of retarded. And I got a silk pullo too, bro. I sleep with a silk pullo even with the fucking dread sock on, bro. Your boy be trying to stay safe as hell with his locks. It might come back to bite me in my ass later, but I doubt it. And so as far as my locks go, man, that's it. That's pretty much all I do. And when I take a shower now, like, I might not shampoo it all the time, but I'll definitely let the water run through it and hit it and shit. And just, you know what I'm saying, get all the dry sweat off your head and everything like that from the day before or earlier in that day. But I definitely shampoo it like once a month or so. And I condition it as well. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I do with my locks, man? Can't really do any styles with it, man. And I've never had my locks braided. My loctician has asked me to. I know y'all see me itching and shit, looking like a crackhead in this video, bro. But I got mosquito bites all over me, bro. And my loctician, when she retwisted, she always asks me, you know, you want me to braid it for you? You want me to do all this? And I'm like, nah, man. I don't want to braid it. I've had braids like in the past, and I hated the way it felt getting my hair braided. So I could just imagine trying to braid locks. It probably feels like worse than that. So I never wanted to go through that again. And she's also asked me if I wanted to interlock my locks, which I said no to that too. I've seen a lot of videos on interlocking and what it's done to people's locks. And she suggested it to me just for the fact that I think like 6 or 7 months into my locks, they still weren't kind of locking up and sealing and stuff like that, I guess they should have or something. And she was saying that I was gonna need to get them interlocked so it wouldn't come unloose and stuff, which, I mean, it never really came unloose with me. It didn't, and if it did, I never noticed and it didn't really bother me. But I definitely knew interlocking was something I was never gonna do, so I always turned that down too. And so that's about it. I did tell myself at one point, once I got to my year, I might try a different style, but I didn't. And I haven't thought about dyeing my hair either, because I know that shit dries it out, and I already think that sometimes my locks are kind of dry, so I could imagine if I dyed it, I would probably freak the fuck out, so I won't do that. That's not gonna happen. And that's pretty much it, man.